congressional races in Northern California still have not been called. Republicans will control the Senate, but the size of their majority remains to be seen. Races in Arizona, Maine, Nevada, and Pennsylvania are still uncalled. Republicans have 52 seats with 60 votes needed to move non-budgetary bills. Speaking of Congress, House Speaker Mike Johnson formally launching his bid to keep his job as Speaker. In a letter sent to Republican lawmakers, he laid out how he would work closely with President-elect Donald Trump. Again, not all the House races have been called, but right now the GOP holds 206 seats. To control the chamber, they would need 218 seats. Well, the world is now reacting to President-elect Donald Trump's return to power and how it could impact the course of the wars raging in the Middle East and Europe, and Ukraine now facing an even more uncertain future, given doubts over whether he'll maintain the Biden administration's support in a war against Russia. And in Israel, the country's leadership thrilled by Trump's victory. Keir Simmons has the newest information from Dubai.
Well, President Zelensky of Ukraine held a personal call with President-elect Trump and praised him, congratulated him, praised even his family, all of the things that Donald Trump would like to hear. But there's no hiding that there is tension now for Ukraine. President-elect Trump has talked about ending the war, has not talked about returning the Ukrainian territory that was illegally invaded by Russia. The Kremlin talking about the possibility of a summit between President-elect Trump and President Putin, maybe even before the inauguration, even weighing in on the possibility that a Russian delegation could go to the inauguration of President-elect Trump, saying there hasn't been an invitation, there hasn't been a phone call yet between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Meanwhile, here in the Middle East, the Israeli government openly celebrating a result that it thinks is good for them. But Prime Minister Netanyahu talking about my friend Donald Trump. Arab diplomats I speak to in this region deeply worried, not necessarily about what happens once President-elect Trump is president, but what happens in the coming weeks and months. That's their immediate focus, their immediate concern. Will Prime Minister Netanyahu take actions there in Gaza, for example, in order to pursue his goals ahead of President-elect Trump's inauguration?
And just in right now, we're now learning Russian President Vladimir Putin has congratulated Donald Trump on his election victory. Putin making his first public comment on the outcome of the U.S. election during an international forum. You can find more state and local races in addition to measures and propositions on the ballot in California. The latest results are available on the KCRA3 app and KCRA.com. Whether you like it or not, it's an inevitable part of life. Everyone ages. But what causes aging to vary dramatically between people? Straight ahead, the new research trying to answer that question.